My tourist destination was Providence Canyon State Park located in Lumpkin, Georgia. Providence Canyon is a park full of canyons formed in the 1800s due to improper farming techniques and exposure to storms and erosion. Providence Canyon covers roughly 1,109 acres. The park is in southwest Georgia and is in a basically barren area with nothing around it. Being from Atlanta, I drive through southern Georgia a lot and I know how empty it can be, so I was curious to see this beautiful park that I passed by on my way to and from school. The name Providence Canyon came from the church Providence Methodist Church, which used to sit on the land that the canyons are now. The church was later moved across the street and still stands today as a historical building. The canyons became an official state park in 1971, and that's when the first visitors were welcome to explore. For the project, a couple classmates and I decided to visit a destination together when we have all heard of friends going to the canyons and seen pictures. So we looked up the park and mapped it out and decided we should go for it as it is close enough for a day trip. We were curious what all the hype was about and we're excited to see it. Roughly 2.5 hours and 120 miles later, we had arrived at the park. Providence Canyon was a fun place to explore and, in general, a fun adventure for us college students to take. To be out and free to run around was a nice little break from our college bubble. The park has 16 canyons, although we only explored about 4 or 5 of them in our short afternoon visit. There are trails and signs pointing out where different canyons are. We, however, went off the path a lot and climbed and wandered around many different areas. The park was calm and quiet and full of beautiful sights. Funnily enough, we ran into some other college students who were also out for the day exploring as we were. However, they were from Atlanta. Providence Canyon is about halfway between Tallahassee and Atlanta, so it was a perfect destination for both groups. The clay was so tempting to play in, and we definitely dug our hands in a couple of times. The sand was multicolored with stripes of pinks, oranges, reds, yellows. There are approximately 43 colors that have been identified in the sediment of the canyons. It was definitely cool to see how colorful nature can be on its own without any man interaction. The park has so much to offer with programs and clubs for people of all ages, everything from stargazing to ranger programs to hiker clubs to special junior programs for kids. There is a cute little gift shop and park rangers inside to answer any questions you may have. It is a family-friendly place and it's fun to see the little kids running along having just as much fun as we were. Providence Canyon is also often referred to as Georgia's Little Grand Canyon. As someone who's been to the real canyon, I would definitely put an emphasis on the word little. However, there is something totally refreshing about the quaint, colorful park that seems to have endless places to explore and seems to still bring the awe and wonderment of other state parks.